Hey, what's up guys? UrAvgWarGamer is back with another video of World of Warships. And in this video, I'm going to be featuring Tier 8 premium aircraft carrier that is a clone of Saipan, which is American Tier 8 carrier, but in this case, it's a Pan-Asian Sanzang. You know what I'm talking about. Sanzang is a clone of Saipan, so, you know, it basically have exact ditto copy stats of Saipan, and it does not have anything special compared to Saipan. Just like I said, it's basically the same clone. But in this video, I want to showcase you a solo warrior game. So keep watching this video because this is a gem of a gameplay that I have played in the end. And honestly, it was really difficult to pull it off, and well, CVs have that much game impact in World of Warships. Now, if I can show you something, as you can see, you have two carriers in a game. Two Tier 8 carriers in a Tier 8 matchmaking. That is definitely not gonna be easy. And well, in this game, we will try to pull off a very difficult game and a solo warrior as well. So keep watching this video since it's gonna be really interesting at the end. So I did some damage to NC, but the real potential damage that you have seen, I did that on that Sanzang, and I was pretty happy with that. Like I did like 10, almost 9 to 10k damage on the Sanzang, and Sanzang have these rockets that does hit really hard. Really good fire chance with these rockets, even though there are only 6 of them. But those rockets are not the star of the show. The star of the show is actually these torpedo bombers. These torpedo bombers have so much powerful alpha. Like you can see that it has 6,467 damage. Now, to give you some perspective that how much high damaging this payload really is, A6 have 4 torpedoes doing exactly that much damage. And Sanzang has, or Saipan has, this amount of damage at literally Tier 8. That is definitely pretty insane. That is definitely something that I haven't really seen, on a carrier. But Saipan does have this really powerful strike, and you can see here I'm dropping the torpedoes on this NC, and he will take all 4 torpedoes, and you can see I did like smashing 20,000 damage. Yikes! It's just hurt and hit so hard, and I deal against him perfectly. Now in this case, I did some damage to Sanzang, and I'm sort of started to slowly doing some damage to this Kaga and Sanzang, because why not? I mean, you do have one strike to do, and I can do that remaining strike on either Kaga or even Sanzang. So I'm gonna do exactly that. Now in this case, Sanzang too realizing that he doesn't want to take damage, so he's basically turning in to dodge these torpedoes, but I just focus myself towards the Kaga, since Kaga does not know that I'm gonna drop him. And 4 of these torpedoes does really hit hard and do massive damage. So it was decent at the end, but the game is really not gonna be easy on me. It's gonna go a bit rough at the end. And right now, our team, even though it's looking fair and square, nothing really happening at the moment, but again, things will change very quickly, very soon. And you will see at the end of the game that how I will finally able to pull this off and do some really good results. Now, I again using these torpedo bombers because they are really effective. I mean, 8 of the torpedoes did like 40,000 damage almost, to 20,000 to that carrier, 20,000 to the NC. So I'm getting decent results. But one thing that you should be remembering, that they have insanely high aircraft preparation time. 142 seconds is definitely way too much. I mean, it's really absurd. So that's definitely the case. Now, I'm just gonna drop the torpedoes since the Triplets does have fighter plane, and it kind of sucks. The fighter plane kind of have, this big weakness for Saipan or Sanzang, because if you take 4 of the planes of fighter squad that takes out Sanzang planes, for example, I mean, you lose so much, planes on deck, because the deck of Sanzang isn't also really impressive as well. Now in this case, I'm just trying to defend myself against Sanzang. And Saipan does have really poor AA, to be honest. It's not really that powerful, not good at all. So this is something that you should be also keeping in mind. And so I have decided to not use torpedo bombers again, since I want some torpedo bombers to maybe regen in a couple of minutes. And meanwhile, I will use some bombs. Now these bombs are basically midway bombs. Absolutely same midway bombs that you find on midway. And they really hurt battleships hard. I mean, if you land 4 of the bombs on a single target, they can be an absolute menace. Now in this case, Sharno's taking some bomb hits, from some torpedoes, and you can see here I did 10,000 damage simply because these torpedoes hurt like a truck. On the other hand, my division mate, which in this case I think is a ship smasher, or I would say Fenyang, he's trying to defend the sea flank, but the game does not really looking good, and I'm trying to drop some bombs on the destroyer, but unfortunately this Sanzang also trying to kill me, and you can see that I have only 16,000 HP remaining, so it does not look really good, isn't it? But well, for now I will try to survive as long as I can. I mean, until the game somehow manages to give me some decent RNG. Maybe I might get some good results later in the end. I don't know. At that time, I really don't know that what's really gonna happen. But now I'm gonna use my torpedo bombers again, since these are the most hard-hitting torpedoes that you can use in Sanzang or Saipan, whatever you call it. But anyways, I do have heal ready. By the way, you do have heals. It's a really good saving grace for this ship because, well, at tier 8, the A is not that brutal, but at tier 10, I mean, they don't have much HP. So at tier 10, you do need that heal, which will definitely try to compensate some HP while, dropping a target. Now in this case, I pop the heal against this massive blob of AA, and I'm trying to drop the Sharnos. Now you can see here that the dispersion of these torpedoes are also very tight. This is something that I really like about this Saipan, that torpedoes does hurt and also have a really good reticle. They hit really hard. On the other hand, I'm just keep running away, trying to do something for my team, and I can see there is a Sanzang who is also, somewhere pushing around. And I know that this Sanzang also is a good CV player, and I have to do something about it because it's not really looking good. At the moment, we have lost two ships. They have lost a TD. So I decided maybe I should try to drop this Sanzang real quick, but I'm gonna try to basically get a perfect drop. Now he's actually trying to dodge these torpedoes. You can see here he's actively turning towards the other side, so just he will dodge my torpedoes, and that's what I really can see. So I know that, so I will take my really good perfect time, and since he's trying to turning out pretty hard, I know that if I just get a perfect turn, which I can clearly see here. Now, in this case, Sanzang really doesn't have a chance. I'm just gonna get a perfect drop on him, and you can see here, these torpedoes have really, really tight, torpedoes, and you can see I just get all 4 torpedo hits, did massive damage to this poor Sanzang, and also mispositioning him as well, and dealing 133k damage in under just 9 minutes. And that's the power of Saipan torpedo bombers. They are really powerful, they hit the hardest, and at this tier it is definitely pain in the ass to deal with. They're really powerful, they're really good. Now I'm dropping this Cheshire, right? Cheshire does have some decent AA, but well, I'm gonna try to use the rockets. Now in this case I'm just slightly missing that rockets, and I'm just gonna hit on the stern and only getting 2 rocket hits while also getting fire. Our destroyer is just using smoke, and I know that he's in big trouble, and I'm sure that he's not gonna survive for too long, since it's basically his do or die situation. But I'm just dropping him regardless. I got 3 rocket hits, so that's something that I can only do, right? And I'm now thinking that which armament should I use, so I decided to use now these bombs, because well, at least I can try to drop this NC 2 times on the bombs, and do some decent damage. I was only having 16,000 damage. Now, Sanzang, if he knows the situation of mine and my HP, I think he should be knowing that. He should be killing me at this point. I believe that he should be killing me. You can see here, we lost basically almost all the ships. 2 carriers remaining. There is one poor tier 6 battleship, and obviously me and Shokaku. So the game seems to be looking terrible, like really not looking good. And it's not gonna be really gonna be easy at the end, just like I said all the time. Dropping the Cheshire because this guy can be a problem, and he will be a problem later in this game. But anyways, I'm just gonna drop him. I got 2 bomb hits, but somehow I'm managing to get non-pen. Pretty disappointing, and well, you can see that the planes doesn't have that much tankiness, and I'm just struggling to get the second strike up on this Cheshire, and he's basically maneuvering really hard. He's trying to maneuver such that I didn't managing to get my bomb hits, but I get my bomb hit. I get a permanent fire, which I was lucky, but I think he does have super heal, so that's gonna be a important thing to know. But luckily, our New Mexico managing to kill their Kaga. That is something that I really like, that he somehow manages to kill the Kaga. I do have a full torpedo squad remaining. This is something that I have right now. I have to utilize it correctly, because if I didn't, I don't have anything much at the moment. We have 2 carriers, and they have 5 ships at the moment, including a carrier, which can potentially kill me, but he will decide not to, since he will gonna go for Shokaku. And good thing is, our Shokaku is doing something good, killing the Sharn host and giving some time for us. Now, I'm gonna drop this NC, pop the heal. I know these torpedoes are pretty good. They have such a tight dispersion that dodging these torpedoes is basically a very difficult thing to do. And I got 3 torpedo hits. I think that's not enough, but I'm gonna go and drop this NC again, and I'm gonna use the rockets since he will survive. Just missing some torpedoes does, kinda, leave the NC surviving for a bit long. And now the situation is only 1 versus 4. I'm telling you guys, this is gonna be interesting. Trust me. I'm dropping in this NC, but the Shokaku is also out there, so NC will eventually die. When Shokaku torpedo bombers are pretty notoriously strong, and he killed the NC from the torpedoes of Shokaku, and that's pretty good. And now we have 3 versus 1, which is this time a Tirpitz. Dropping the Tirpitz, and now I'm gonna use most likely the bombs, because I can potentially get 2 strikes on the Tirpitz. Unlucky for me that I didn't get a fire. A fire would be nice, but anyways, I'm just gonna go and drop the Tirpitz. Never mind. Why I just pressed the F button? Sorry guys, but I didn't remember that at the last moment I just changed that mindset, and now I'm coming up with torpedo bombers. I think maybe a viable option, since what I'm thinking right now is to go and drop 1 drop on Tirpitz and the other drop on Sanzang. This is something that I'm trying to do, and well, that can help me a bit. So what I'm doing here, I'm just gonna go and drop the Tirpitz, and I mean Sanzang is still surviving at the moment, so I have to kill him as well, because if I don't kill the Sanzang at the moment, he will eventually catch me and kill me with his torpedo bomber. Now I think that he does not have torpedo bombers much, but that's okay. I'm just gonna go and drop the Tirpitz, and I drop the Tirpitz with some torpedoes, and hopefully I can deal some damage. And I got not all torpedo hits, but at least 3 torpedo hits with the flood. And now there is a Sanzang. Now I do know that the Sanzang does not have really good AA, but that's okay. And I'm just gonna go and drop. Now the Sanzang actually manually controlling his CV to dodge these torpedoes. That's not gonna go against. That's not gonna go with his favor. Like, I killed the Sanzang. Now he pressed the F button. He's trying to maneuver manually his CV but that's not enough. Now he will neither spot me nor able to kill me. So that's something that kinda didn't work for him at the moment. Cheshire is now finally coming back to haunt me, just like I said before. But I know that I have to keep running towards the J line. I have already killed their carrier and deal some decent damage to Tirpitz. And I also got 3 bomb hits to Cheshire. Get a 2 fires, which he disappeared. So I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, trying to defend, my caps. By the way, guys, this is a bug. I have 968 points. We do have 968 points. Enemy has less points, and that's the reason why we get the solo warrior. Otherwise, it is not possible, right? So I'm just dropping the Cheshire here a bit, but I'm not giving it enough lead. I felt that leading the Sanzang rockets sometimes can be a bit tough, and again, I'm missing up the rockets a bit. I'm not getting like all the rocket hits. All rocket hits would be pretty nice, but never mind. I just get at least 3 rocket hits, get a permanent fire, which seems to be pretty good. So I'm just gonna go and drop this guy again. I got another rocket hit on Cheshire, and that's pretty good. He's burning, and at the same time I also resetting the cap, getting some defended revens. This is pretty good. So you can see, with some really good strategy, dealing damage to Tirpitz, killing the CV at the end, managing to win the game, almost there. We do have points in lead. Cheshire is definitely trying to survive and is trying to basically go to spot me and kill me. Unfortunately, the Sanzang can't do that for himself, and unfortunately in this case the RNG does suck and I'm kind of forced to use the rockets. But well, that's okay, since Cheshire decides to basically not get the ACAP, rather he's actually decided to go for chasing me and try to even give me the extra points that I need to win the game. That's an absolute horrible decision that he did. That's his big mistake. He should not have done that. But I think he realizes that if I don't kill the carrier, the game is gonna be over regardless. And he did get a defense expert. I don't know how, because I haven't lost much planes, and he's still trying to maneuver like this. He should be rushing me like this, but he's just trying to dodge some rockets. I can see why. And GG, we won the game. I would have killed this guy at some point, and I got a solo warrior. You can see here, it is an amazing game, honestly. And you can see the power of Sanzang with torpedoes. I have got 33 torpedo hits. Oh my goodness. And that's the reason why I have done 232k damage. This is not a bad game at all. So it was a really good game at the end. Got a Confederate, got a solo warrior, got a high caliber, 33 top hits, 1 kill, and some defended ribbons. And well, in the team score wise, you can see 2.2k base XP, almost 2.3k. And this was a almost impossible game to win, but we pulled it off. I was very happy with the results. Shukaku at the end also did something, even though if he would have survived for long, this game does not get that complicated. But you can see here in the detail report, Sanzang, I literally killed him along dealing some really good damage with 4 torpedoes on Kaga. And at the end, the game we won, which is nice. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you like this gameplay. And if you have any questions, please let me know. And thank you guys for watching, just like I said. And I will catch you into the next one. Peace out.